Hey Sean, how are you? I hope you're doing good. Thanks so much for the message. I'm doing good so far. We just shredded wheat. What the hell are you gonna have shredded wheat for? Skip man, how are you? Just testing out the wood stove with the new wood that I was splitting today. So we'll see how it goes. It was giving me a massive headache. I hope you guys are doing good. Yeah, I haven't been able to stay inside when I turn on the wood stove. I've been spending most of the time outside because of the intense smell. So finally, it's gone. Today's the first day. I'm kinda okay. I recently, what? How come the message went by so quick? I recently had a CTA angiogram and everything was zero. Perfect. That's awesome. Good to hear. Congratulations. I'm glad it's zero, and we needed to keep it that way too. You ever had a poppy soda jack me up? I haven't. No. Probably the last time I had something like that, well, a soda probably would have been probably like 18, 20 years ago. Duke's is having too much outside, too much fun outside, barking. We'll wait till Duke till he comes in. We're swelling or something. We're swelling? What's swelling? What do you know about swelling? What's your opinion on peptides? I've done peptides. What would you like to know? They work for some individuals they don't. It just varies per person, and it depends how many stacks you're gonna be doing, like a cycle, 6 to 8 weeks cycle. Some they feel it different, some they don't. I don't think the first comment came up. Yeah, I don't think it did because I didn't see anything. But yeah, the average person would try BPC 157, TB 500. There's so many out there. It is an expensive startup, but hopefully you do feel a result or get a result. They gave me nitroglycerin and a dye. Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of time to actually flush out from your body. BPC, yeah, BPC 157. I've done 8 week cycle about 3 times. It works really good for the gut. I was trying to actually cure my damaged bicep. It didn't really do a whole lot, but overall, strength wise and everything, you'll notice a huge difference. It felt like the lungs were swelling up or something. Yeah, the dye sometimes has a reaction. You could have a reaction to it. So it's good to kind of have NaC and taurine to flush to detoxify the system as well too. Matthew, but if you're gonna try it, give it a shot. I did the injection myself. So you do the BPC 157 twice a day, and the TB 500 is best to do it every 3 days. Some people like to mix them. I don't like to mix them. I like to actually have them on a separate timing. Cheers. Thank you so much, Matthew. After the angiogram, the lady asked if I needed any caffeine for the headache. Usually, that's the common thing that they give as caffeine shot to actually release the headache and stuff. But usually, it's just a little bit of the toxic effect of the dye. Give me a second, guys. I gotta check on Duke. Duke, you good? Come up here. Come here, bud. It's okay. What is it? When she said that, I immediately thought of you, and I told her this guy from TikTok that drinks coffee when he has a headache. She probably got that from me, but no, it does work really good actually. And at work, as I said, I'll be damned. It does work. It does actually help, like, because it actually acts as a diuretic and it detoxify the system. But if actually it increases the potency, if you actually mix it sometimes with taurine for that purpose, works really good. We're probably gonna end up having like a caffeine shot here very shortly. Hey Paul, are you living at the cabin for good? Right now I'm here temporary till probably Christmas time, then I'll head down to the city to visit the family. What is your thoughts on coca powder? Like coke? Cocaine? Well, I think, goodness, I got taurine 500 milligrams. I'll probably take tomorrow. Yeah, take couple. Take about 3,000 milligrams per dose. Living in a cabin right now, yes, in a tiny house. We got the wood stove going. It's just I'm having a hard time controlling the temperature because, I put one small piece of log in there and it gets super hot. Like it's reaching, like right now it's 25 freaking degrees. So it's very, very, very hot. But inside the bedroom is only like 16 degrees, which is nice. So I'm having a hard time kind of figuring out how to adjust it correctly. Unless that's how it is, it kind of fluctuates. The installation is really good, yeah. Like I spent a lot of money on the installation, so this way it's nice and sealed, which is good, but I have to actually drill a hole behind the wood stove so I can get some air intake for the wood stove. Because it's very tight in here. And the humidity dropped. Like the humidity used to be in the upper 80%, now is like down to 37. Oh, there's the wood stove here. If you guys can see it. I'll move to the side. Teenage son eyes there all the time. Doctor said the duct and shape of eye cause needs surgery. Teenage son eyes tear all the time. It's mucus usually. Mucus issue. I would start with astaxanthin and zeaxanthin and lutein, but you gotta give him NAC. NAC would actually help to get rid of any mucus. Hey Dexter, how are you? Where do you live? I'm in BC. Do you think birth control pills are harmful? Chemicals are chemicals. Drugs are drugs. Right? So all that stuff is gonna actually affect you somehow. And you just gotta be careful how much you take. Is NAC different from NMN? It is different. NAC stands for N-acetyl-L-cysteine. NMN is mostly nicotinamide mononucleotide, is mostly for anti-aging support. Homeopathy, yeah, you can do homeopathy. Some of the stuff works good, some of the stuff does not work. So it's almost like a hit and miss. You have to definitely try it out. I need a longer stand. This one is so short. Yeah, I got the heater going finally, and hopefully stays nice and warm. Yeah, so far it's not bad, I guess. Let's open the door for Duke. He wants to come in. Did you have fun barking at everybody? Where are you going? Go drink some water. Go. What's the matter, bud? Come here. You're all wet. It's raining outside. Come here. Neuropathy in left foot. Anything help? Vitamin B1. 500 milligrams 3 times a day. If it doesn't go away within 3 weeks, add acetyl L-carnitine. Yes, I did. What is the humidity average supposed to be? Well, they say for a good indoors, 45-50% would be good. If it gets, you got me all wet, Duke. If it gets lower than that, it becomes way too dry. But without the wood stove, my humidity here reaches like 80%. So I need the wood stove to be on. Even if I had like a gas heater or electric heater, I will never control the humidity. Got your heater. What is you build it all yourself? It is a nice little setup. I got the wood stove behind me. I'm just building. I'm taking that white door off from the trailer because you know how I have them attached, and I just built this door. So this is gonna be my sliding door. I just haven't finished it yet. So I've been burning the wood with reclaimed wood mix. And we're just waiting for the couch and a whole bunch of stuff. I probably won't get the couch and everything next year, next summer. This little closet is gonna go inside the bedroom, so that's not gonna be there. This is just temporary right now. But yeah, pretty much the whole thing is pretty much done. And there's Douglas. It goes right inside. It's a lot cooler in the bedroom there. It's about 16 degrees. Here is about 25. So I'm waiting for a ceiling fan to come to arrive, and 3 lights, 3 industrial lights, so I can actually get them hooked up and do the electrical work, and hopefully that should be good. So that light there that I have right now that is brightening up the room is just temporary. Which supplement should I take before an important exam? I would take L-theanine, hesperidin. These would be like your top 2, or you can take taurine as well too. But yeah, L-theanine, and make sure you drink a nice little shot of coffee when you actually take L-theanine. This way it kind of gives you the cognitive enhancement and actually allows you to focus a little bit better. You have done a great job. Remember doing all this yourself. Yeah, it was a lot of work, a lot of it's time consuming, but I was able, to get as much as I could done. Is Red Bull good? No, it's not good. I would stay away from that. The only reason Red Bull works is because they put taurine in it to protect your heart from crashing. Eyesight, you need nitric oxide, lutein, astaxanthin, zeaxanthin. Sometimes you're deficient in taurine. Hey Marie, how are you? Hey Marek, how are you? Hey, thanks so much for the message. I haven't had time to respond. Thank you for the message. Really kind of you. Hey Ziggy, good to see you. That's why I'd be scared to take taurine. Well, taurine, the only reason they actually put it in Red Bull, a lot of energy drinks, to actually protect your heart from crashing. So what happened is because in like say the Red Bull drinks and stuff, they put so much ingredients like stimulants and caffeine and so many things. So taurine will protect the heart from actually seizing up. So no, you do need taurine. People, when they see taurine in the drinks, they get scared, but technically it's the other way around. Without taurine, pretty much 1 in 4 people can actually have like some type of issue with their heart from drinking too much Red Bull and a lot of these energy drinks. It does also contain vitamin B12, yeah, 100%, because it actually helps with the methylation of taurine. Loss of synthetic B vitamin, it means, yeah, 100%. They put that for better absorption and stuff, and better stimulation of the caffeine and the energy. So you guys gotta be careful. I would actually stay away from all that stuff. Trust me, when I was young, I used to drink all that stuff, and maybe that's what caused me some of the issues. And plus, they're like loaded with sugars, some of them. What can help you sleep? Grab a pen and write down a magnesium glycinate, 200 milligrams, L-theanine, 200 milligrams, GABA, maximum up to 500 milligrams. Cheers, Marek. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you late in the evening. I know it's probably Sunday morning there. Hopefully the weather is good. It's been snow and rain, but still we got snow in the mountains. No snow here yet, which is just getting a little bit chilly, but with the wood stove right now running. It's been running for 24 hours now straight, so which is good. So I have a follow-up on December 8th for the CTA coronary angiogram results. One even thought it's good. I would actually instead of getting a CTA, Sean, get yourself a CCTA. It's a compographic one. It's actually that one. The CCTA will actually predict, other than the calcification, predicts if you have soft plaque. As a CTA one does not. Hey Greg, how are you? 2 a.m. first day of cold, -2 degrees. That's not bad, -2. And the city is already headed -10. I'm not looking forward to go to the city at all. Why would they pair L-tyrosine with B6? I've seen a lot of that. B6 actually is, think of the B6 as a driver for a lot of the amino acids. So they mix B6 with taurine, with magnesium, sometimes with L-theanine, sometimes with vitamin D, just because it has a very strong synergistic effect. It's one of the main cofactors of vitamin B to allow things to actually absorb correctly to your body. Is drinking Red Bull once in a month bad? It's not bad. It's okay, as long as you're not doing it daily. My palm of my hand peel and get very itchy. Do you know what's wrong? Yes, your gut. Your gut is giving you a signal. A signal to actually, whatever you're doing, stop doing it. Whatever you're eating. What test did you say detects soft plaque? CCTA. Or, yeah, CCTA would be the best one. Because they give you like a 3D picture of your heart. They tell you how much calcifications and how much soft plaque you have. Like a lot of people, they get the CAC score or CTA score, and all it does is just give you calcification score. But what if your calcification score is 0, like Sean did? But what if you have soft plaque and you don't know that? So getting a CCTA would be probably ideal. This way you can actually find out exactly what's going on. And if there's no soft plaque and nothing like that, then perfect. 100% is good. %100 would be good. What's Duke barking at? It's very dark outside. Obviously, he sees something. Every time it rains and it gets cold, we get more animals. They come down to the cooler area. And of course, Duke goes a little bit crazy. Yeah, most insurance company won't cover it. Prices, they could range anywhere from $300 to $700 for the scan. It gets a little bit expensive, but it is worth getting. I don't drink, I don't smoke. Could be some things I'm eating. What do you mean, Deb? Maybe I missed your first question. How to prevent soft plaque? Go watch one of my videos on YouTube. I actually did a full video on soft plaque and how you can actually reduce it. What amount of vitamin D do you recommend per day during the winter month? 1500 IU per 25 pound of body weight. It's lit nicely, actually. What amounts? Okay, let's go back here. About my hands, peeling and itching. It's coming. Oh, peeling and itching, and you were asking. I don't drink, I don't smoke. It doesn't matter whether you drink or you don't smoke. That has nothing to do with your gut. Your gut is actually, it's the food you consume. You might be eating healthy, or you think you're eating healthy, but you could be eating something that activated a dirty gene that is causing these things, or it could be something you're allergic to that you're not realizing it. Keep in mind, the gut gives you signals. The problem is, guys, we all ignore it. So let's say you have your palm of your hand. Now this is from cutting some wood today. So your palm of your hand is dry and is actually peeling off, right? Where do you think that's happening from? It's happening from your gut, because obviously something you're consuming that's actually causing that effect, right? Everything you put in your gut is either gonna heal a disease or it's gonna actually create one. So it's creating something in your hand, some type of dryness. Something is not actually being absorbed correctly. It's becoming, you're getting deficiency in something, and things don't really start overnight. Things take years to develop, and suddenly it just started. How do I find out? Eliminate diet. Do an elimination diet. That means remove everything from your diet and just eat meat for the first 30 days. After you eat meat for 30 days, then start to introduce one thing at a time. Once you every single item you introduce, watch how things will actually work for you. Kathy, happy belated birthday. Thank you, Kathy. Cheers. Thanks so much for the message. I'm 25 years old now. I feel great. I've been stuck on that age for the past I don't know how many years now. Thank you. 35. 25, not 35. Oh, you're stuck at 35? Same, something about that age. 25, 35 are all good. All good numbers. Mine was the first two. I've been stuck at 30. Well, hey, happy birthday as well. Scorpion. We got a lot of scorpions maybe in the group. Happy belated birthday. When was it? Yesterday, the 1st. Cheers, Kathy. Hopefully you had a good birthday. Mine was good. Just me and Duke. We spent it together. We went a little bit hiking. We did a little bit of grounding. It rained on us. Went down to the town. Do you work out? Today, my workout today was mostly splitting wood today. What's Duke today? Duke is right in my bed. I don't know if you can see him. Can you guys see him? He's laying there. There he is. You can see him. It's nice and cool in the room. I like it there. Oh, when is the Duke's birthday? His is in February 1st. So this February 1st, he'll be 3 years old. I take valerian and passion flower extract for stress, also ashwagandha. Yeah, 100%. They're all good. Just with ashwagandha, you have to cycle it. If you don't cycle it, it can cause adrenal fatigue. That's my birthday, February 1st. Oh, nice. Last year we celebrated Duke's birthday. I was in the city, so I'm going to be in the city when we do it. And it was actually a beautiful day. So you end up having 3 ribeye steaks. I got him 3 ribeye steaks, put them on top of each other, and that was his little birthday. One meal. February 1st, Duke. I will mark my calendar. Sounds good. Awesome, thank you. Hormone replacement for 76 years old. Before you do any hormone replacement, check your estrogen. You could be estrogen dominant. And once you fix it, once you check your estrogen dominant, sometimes you can actually boost your testosterone by about 200-300 points. You should have a live birthday party for Duke. We will have a nice live for Duke. We'll actually record it on YouTube as well too, and we'll get him a couple of steaks, and we'll finish it off with maybe a couple chicken bones for him, like turkey necks. Should you take vitamin K with vitamin D3? It's optional. It's optional. You know, they say it's good to kind of help with the regulation of your calcium. What do you do if your estrogen is dominant? You can actually take calcium D-glucarate, and it flushes out extra hormones, excess estrogen hormones from your kidneys and stuff. Usually you do this like on a yearly basis as a cycle. You do it anywhere between a 3 to 6 month cycle on a yearly basis, because keep in mind, guys, everything we tend to kind of consume comes in a plastic, wrapped in plastic, container plastic, and what happens is with plastic, it mimics estrogen. If estrogen is low, then for women, we actually have to check their DHEA levels, and we end up you end up going on a supplement that actually enhances it, anywhere between 25 milligrams to 50 milligrams to actually get it up and going. But sometimes even boron works really good for women. Same it does for guys. If you take 10 milligrams of boron, it balances out your hormones for women, and for male, it actually enhances their testosterone. So usually after we go like on the calcium D-glucarate to flush out excess estrogen, because sometimes your real hormones are actually low because if you have too much estrogen. So we can go on calcium D-glucarate, flush it out, then go on like say boron, for example. Do you think those Dutch hormonal tests are good? I think they're bullshit. I've seen so many of these tests and they never really give like a true meaning. And you can get most of the stuff from like a regular blood test. Isn't the contrast from the CCTA test bad? It's not whether it's bad. Some people get some type of allergic reaction from it, so you just have to kind of watch out for. I know some places they said, well, 1 in 3 people can actually die. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'll have to actually dig a little bit further into it. So what would be the best testing for hormones? There's actually, I can give you a list. You just have to let me know. Send me a message, and I can definitely send you a list of testing we can get. It's okay, we'll do another call eventually. Sounds good. No problem, Ziggy, let me know. Hey, Omi, how are you? Duke! Duke is going nuts today. It's very hot in here right now. It's like freaking 26 degrees. It's freaking hot. How to deal with 150/90 high blood pressure? Go download my ebook on how to reverse high blood pressure naturally. I have the ebook on my website. It'll actually guide you through the steps, through everything. My hair looks funny today. I haven't actually brushed it. I was supposed to actually, I was thinking of shaving my whole head because I can't find a good hairdresser here in town. By the time I get to the city, it's gonna be too long. Dogs can see spiritual things and they bark. Duke, come on in, bud. Come in. Come on, Duke. He sits on the door so he gets more fresh air in here, which is we need it actually. Yes, shave it. Does Diet Coke raise LDL? Why is it not a good thing to drink it? It's high in sugar. It's just the sugar can actually oxidize your cholesterol. Look at him. He puts half of his body in here, half of his body out. What's the best mushroom coffee brand? The one I drink. I'm actually gonna make some soon. This is the one I drink. I have it on my website. It's called. This is the mushroom one. It has like 6 different mushrooms. That's the one I'm gonna actually make a cup here very shortly. I like it actually. It does actually. Technically, you're supposed to take it during the daytime, so it kind of keeps you awake without the jittery effect of the caffeine and stuff. I actually take it at night. For some reason, actually, it knocks me out to sleep and actually helps me relax. So I wake up the next day feeling refreshed. Are you living in a jungle? Something like that. Is it good for the morning? Does it help with the kick before gym? 100%. 100%. There's 2 different kinds. There's one I take in the morning and one I take at night. Look how pitch black it is outside. It's like dark, dark. Here, let's step outside with Duke. You guys can see how dark it is. You can't see anything. I live in paradise. It's beautiful. Like right now it's 5 degrees outside. You step inside, it's 30 degrees. From the wood stove, it's freaking hot. Oh, the wood stove is almost, I gotta fix it up so it doesn't turn off on me. Like yesterday. It was off about 3 o'clock in the morning, we froze. It was at like 20 degrees and it dropped to like 12 degrees. It's still not bad, but I guess the motion becomes too cold. I could never live alone in a jungle. It's not that bad. Just, you know what scares people? They overthink stuff. As long as you have no fear and never, overthink stuff, you're fine. You got people that they think, oh, there's bears, there's coyotes, there's snakes, there's so many things. Just don't overthink about it. Just let it be. They'll never bother you. That's how you know you've reached the level of content in life. Oh, 100%. You gotta live life, enjoy it, and never think twice about it. Just do what pleases you. My cabin in Pine Top, Arizona is very similar. Love it. That's the best thing to do. I highly recommend everybody living in a cabin and leave the freaking city. Seriously, guys. Oh, the hell did he brought? That's a bone. Duke! No, where'd you find that? That's old. Leave it alone. Duke! Okay, good. I won't trade it for anything. Fabulous wild mountains. Oh, 100%. Never. Never. You know, anytime you guys have any type of cabin in the mountains, anywhere in the mountains, don't give up on it. Seriously. Do whatever it takes to maintain it and you keep it, and because you're gonna always fall back and go back to that place no matter what. You know, be away from the city sometimes, be away from the people. Sometimes you all need that one relaxation moment. And seriously, it's like you come to peace, especially when you start to do grounding and other things. It will actually help you. It does help you heal really good. Thoughts on raw honey. I have eliminated most foods and I only have meat, yolks, and honey and milk. Is the sugar from the honey bad? Is the diet sustainable without plant food long term? It's not whether the honey is bad or not. Now, keep in mind the honey does contain a lot of good enzymes and bacteria, and make sure it's still raw, which is excellent. I call the honey as the mother of all enzymes, which is excellent because it does have masters enzymes from so many different flower plants, which is good. But if you already, when you were younger, you actually ruined your health by consuming too much carbohydrates, that means you have affected your liver. Don't think that if you actually eat honey just because it's natural, it's gonna actually bypass the issue. Then your liver will always go back to its original state and say, hey, uh, 30 years ago you consumed so much carbohydrates and you caused so much damage to your body. And some of these damages, when you eat some of these sugars, whether it's lactose from milk or sugars, fructose from honey, some of these symptoms might show up and might come back because you've already done the damage to your body. So technically, if you are going to consume them in very limitation and in small amounts and see how your body reacts. As simple as that. What do you think about Chilajit? Is it safe to take? It is safe to take, but I think it's bullshit. Sorry to say that. I've tried so many different companies. It's the same thing as you taking magnesium with minerals for a fraction of the price. Fear can be a good thing. It keeps you alert. No, you don't wanna have fear. The moment you put fear in your mind, you're always gonna have that. You're always gonna look over your shoulder. You don't even have to do that. Don't even have to do it. Don't even think about it because you attract the wrong frequency. You never want to think about that stuff. Just let it be. Enjoy life. Seriously, enjoy life and don't even think about it. The moment you think about it, the moment things are gonna start to show up, and it's always gonna actually make you feel worried all the time. Fear of dying because of all my problems. Hey, Ziggy, I was in a state at once where, I was constantly fear of actually dying. That was like almost 20 years ago when I used to work in oil and gas. Every day when we actually go out and to do certain work, I've always had, okay, what if I don't make it home? What if I don't do this? What if I don't do that? And sometimes, we live things that it's never gonna happen. We live it, we hurt ourselves, but it never really happens. So why should we even live it? So imagine you're living it and you're killing yourself, but it's not even happening. So the problem is with us human, we overthink stuff. We overanalyze things. So we need to shut off that brain. That's a disease that they want us to be controlled on their specific frequency. So this way they can manipulate things in our system and cause cancer. Because what happens is the moment you overthink stuff, the moment you end up causing more coagulation effect in your body. Thanks. Also, what do you think about ginseng? Is it safe and does it increase T like they claim? If you're talking about Panax ginseng to increase testosterone, it does increases it slight. You might not even notice a huge difference. You might maybe take it and feel great the first couple of weeks, and after that, it just plateaus out. Where do I find your ebooks? If you go to my website, if you click on my profile picture on the top left and you go to my website and you browse down, you're gonna see a new section. It's gonna say ebooks section. Best way to fight chronic inflammation: grounding, vitamin C, quercetin. Once I get my blood test back, I will schedule a consultation. John, Arizona. Hey John, how are you? I hope you're doing good. Haven't spoken with you for a while, and I think you did send a donation as well too. Thanks so much for that towards Duke. I really appreciated that. I hope you're doing good and staying healthy. I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of leaving my grandbabies. I've always been there for them, and you'll always be there for them. Keep in mind, even thought we don't exist in person. We exist somewhere, and we're always watching others. Think of it that way. What to use for gum disease? I have an ebook that you can download for free to actually fix gum disease, and actually a mouthwash. I think I took it out from the ebook section because I had it for free. I should put it back on for you. Give me like a day or two. I'll put it back on so you can download it for free. What is your current diet like and your current supplement you take, if you don't mind me asking? I follow a carnivore diet. I've been on a carnivore diet for 10 years. Since 2014, 2014 when I started, 2015, 2014. So I've been on it 10 years. Supplement I take based on my issue is I do live with heart disease. So I take most of my supplements towards heart disease. So the supplements I take, of course, you're probably not going to take them. I do take a lot of nitric oxide. I do take niacin, NMN, cofactors of vitamin Bs, garlic extract, hawthorn. So I do take few things. And based on my gene mutation, I do take the MTHFR, such as TMG, trimethylglycine. I take NAC to increase EPCs in the arterial system. That's some of the stuff I take. But of course, you guys could be following something else other than me, so you can't really take the same thing. But one thing is I would recommend everybody's taking is the nitric oxide, because that's what's going to vasodilate your arteries. And we all become deficient by the age of 40. By the age of 60, our body don't even produce anymore. Less than 15%. So that's something that's going to actually be with you for the rest of your life, because the moment we actually lose nitric oxide, that's when we actually welcome all the diseases. So the more nitric oxide that you have in your body, the more your arteries are vasodilated, the less issue you're going to have with, let's say, high blood pressure, heart disease, heart attacks, any cardiovascular events. How to lower high blood pressure, Sherry? I have an ebook that I wrote. You can download it. That how to reverse high blood pressure and how to fix it. Even if you're on your medication, it'll teach you how to actually get off the medication safely. Definitely check it out, guys. I did a lot of ebooks and I spent years and hours to actually put a lot of this stuff together for you guys. Seriously. And if you don't want to download the ebook, then book a time with me. I can give you a full protocol to follow and guidance, and I'll support you along the way. And trust me, I will never leave you alone till you actually heal, because my name is on the line. I will never actually try to attempt to help anybody without knowing for sure that I am 110% confident. That's how simple I can put it. And my prices are very reasonable, because I know in return you guys are going to spend a lot more money on supplementation and to fix your lifestyle. Cheers, Skip, man. I hope you're doing good. How's the training going with you? How to increase nitric oxide levels? You can eat arugula. If you have access to eat 250 grams of arugula daily, that would be good, but it's going to end up costing too much money. You can maybe grow it in the summertime, but you can take a supplement. I do have the link within my profile bio for the one I've been using for the past 10 years. It's a supplement that actually activates your nitric oxide for up to 6 to 8 hours. I do take the supplement for nitric oxide, yes. Parasites, what's the best way to get rid of them? Black walnut. And keep in mind, guys, due to my issue, I take nitric oxide in the morning, nitric oxide at night. So most of you guys will probably only need to take, the 2 capsules in the morning. That's about it to vasodilate your arteries. So all kind of varies in regards to your issue and in regards to the vasodilation. And the only reason I like it is just because it's prevents coagulation effect. It's an anticoagulant and it's good for inflammation, gut inflammation as well too. Beets, to get proper nitric oxide from beets, you have to consume 300 grams. Because in order to activate nitric oxide, you need minimum 500 milligrams of nitrate. And with beets, every 3 beets, which is 300 grams, will give you 500 milligrams of nitrate. But the downfall is with beets, they contain oxalates and they contain sugars. You cannot take direct nitric oxide either, which is L-arginine and citrulline, because once you are over the age of 40, or once you actually have any type of cardiovascular issues, your body will never convert your amino acid to usable nitric oxide. Instead, they will end up causing inducible nitric oxide, which causes more damage. I have been diagnosed with 2 blood clots, one in the saddle between both lungs and the it. Book a time with me. Let's talk about it. I can probably help you. I removed all plants like 3 weeks ago. Used to have ginger with meat. I feel since removing them, meat has been harder to digest. Should I be more patient with the carnivore? Just make sure you're not overcooking your meat. So the difference with ginger does contain some enzymes to help break down the meat, which is good. But the meat, if you're actually overcooking it, you're going to destroy its own enzymes. So what you're missing is just enzymes to actually help you break down the food correctly. Supplements for blocked arteries and legs. Book a time with me, Philomena. Let's talk about it. Thoughts on bariatric surgery? 3 weeks ago. Give me a second, guys. Gotta make sure my wood stove is still running. Yeah, still on. Duke is going nuts today. And he talks too. Is coenzyme Q10 or ubiquinol worth it? Mixed reviews on heart failure. 300 milligrams for it to work of ubiquinol. Can you talk about foods that oxalates? All the plants carry oxalates. Spinach, broccoli, cauliflowers, beets. And what happens is oxalates is going to cause kidney stones. They're going to cause crystals in the joints. They're going to cause calcifications in the arteries. So oxalates aren't your best friends. They actually are killing you very slowly. Now you can reduce the amount of oxalates by cooking the food or cooking the plants or boiling them. But this is something you have to check to see whether you actually have sensitivity to oxalates or not. What will help with easy breathing in kids? NAC, N-acetylcysteine. So you can actually get rid of the mucus and actually open up their lungs so they can actually breathe a little bit better. We're gonna make some mushroom coffee, guys. Just gotta drink some water. With some magnesium. I don't know why the camera goes blurry sometimes. What help with kidney? Depends what's going on with kidney. Is it like a kidney filtration or kidney stones? But think of kidney, anything that is citrusy will actually help with the kidneys. So like citric acid or magnesium citrate and stuff like that would actually help. That's only if you have like kidney stones and stuff. Okay. Let me open the door for Duke, then we can make our mushroom coffee. Come in, Duke. Come. Come in. Yeah, you're not gonna bring the bone with you. Come in. I'm gonna take it away from you. I'll give you a carrot instead. You want a carrot, Duke? You want a carrot? He has a bone with him. Where did he get it from? Give me a second. You want a carrot? You want a carrot? Here, let me get you a carrot. You can have a little snack. I got this whole bag for you. This is your last carrot. Is lemon and water a good thing to ingest upon waking? Yeah, you can actually add some Himalayan salt with it. Would be good. For sure. What do you think about parasite? I hear so much about doing a cleanse. Going on a carnivore diet is a cleanse. Seriously, doing a carnivore diet, you're eliminating so many foods. You're eating what is meant for us a human to consume. That's like your ultimate cleanse. So you're zero carb, right? I'm getting palpitations if I go too low carb. The only reason you're getting palpitations is because when you go on a carnivore diet, we end up overusing our magnesium. Plus 80 to 90% of the population are deficient in magnesium. Nothing to do with the low carb. It's mostly just your magnesium is off. By the way, did the ablation for my tachycardia a few weeks ago. Okay, how's that going? You probably feel better right now, but in the meantime, you still need to saturate because it's probably going to come back within probably 3 to 6 months. So, you know, I have one of my last patients did 7 ablations in the past 4 years. What do you mean you hope not? It will come back. Trust me. Every person that done an ablation or done anything to do with palpitation and stuff to actually fix their heart arrhythmia, they'll continue doing it until you actually fix your magnesium deficiency, no matter what. Like, you're going to feel good right now. You might feel good for 6 months or maybe a year or maybe less. There's no guarantee. I'm not trying to actually kind of destroy your thinking or anything, but I'm just being honest and telling you exactly how it is. Some people will do the ablation temporary, but you still have to fix the deficiency. If you don't fix the deficiency, you're going to end up doing the ablation again within a few months or a year. So my last patient, he done it almost 6-7 times in 4 years. So you can always do the ablation. It's not a big deal, but you have to fix the deficiency. You're not going to be relying on ablation the rest of your life. Here, look. I'm going to take the bone. I'm going to put it here because I'm going to throw it in the garden. You can eat the carrot instead. It's cleaner. I get fast heart rate when I stand up after eating. Yeah, because you're not consuming enough potassium in your diet, and that's why you're getting that, because your magnesium is low. Questions. If the episode are starting in the atrium and meson still the issue. Yes, it is. No matter what, all these issues are start. There's about like 9 different type of heart rhythm, heart arrhythmia, and they all start because of magnesium. No matter what. No matter what. If you never fix your magnesium or you're hitting 6 milligrams per deciliter, these issues are gonna always come back. How do you get enough potassium in the carnivore? You don't have to get enough potassium from the carnivore. All you have to do is consume proper magnesium. Magnesium will actually balance your potassium level. Plus, you know, every pound of meat has about what? Couple hundred of potassium. The problem is, you know how they claim that you need 4,000 milligrams of potassium? That's only if you're following like a North American diet. But if you're following like a carnivore diet, you don't need 4,000 milligrams of potassium. That's why I always tell you guys, hydrate correctly with mineralization. If you're not gonna hydrate correctly, you're always gonna have issues. Eating turkey frequently is okay. It's okay, but you're not gonna get like some nice dense nutrient value from it. So this is the mushroom coffee I'm gonna be using right now. We'll put I don't know. I'm gonna put 2 teaspoons instead of 1. I had a heart attack in 21 and I have a stent in the main artery. What is your best advice? book a time with me. We can talk about it, and I'll be one of the only guy who's gonna give you the most advanced information in regards to that because I've been there. And in the meantime, I probably highly recommend you watching all my YouTube videos because I talk lots about stents and heart disease, arterial flexibility, nitric oxide. Why do we have heart attacks and so many other things? Can you share links to any studies related to the... Is it bad to breathe and bleach? Oh, 100%. You're gonna kill some brain cells and destroy your lungs. My doc said it could be low blood pressure after a meal that causes it. Why do you think you have low blood pressure? Because all the blood is rushing to your gut to actually break down the food and not enough magnesium to actually allow it to bounce back up again. My mom cleaned with it and I hate it. You should actually tell your mom to actually discontinue it right away, seriously. Do you eat bison? I do eat bison, yes. How to book an appointment with you, please? If you click on my picture profile on the top left corner, it's gonna take you to my main website. If you click on the website, you can actually book a time. How to restore damaged lung other than NAC right now? It depends how damaged it is. So basically, I'm dehydrated. I don't like mushrooms. How much magnesium to supplement then and which form? I have the link within my profile bio. This is the one that I take. It is Aussie Trace Minerals on the website. It does have 200 milligrams of magnesium and it has all the trace minerals in it. That's the one that you need. But you need a steady supply of it. You're supposed to be taking it every 4 hours. It depends when you're taking the ubiquinol. They should be actually consumed first meal of the day and not in the evening because they boost up your mitochondria and probably that's why you're having an issue with your sleep. That's awesome. Fine eating. Is bison really expensive up there? It is expensive. Like the elk, bison, a lot of the gamey meat, they're very, very expensive. But you know, we're trying to I kind of buy a lot of my stuff from a farmer directly, so I tend to get a little bit better of a pricing than to buying it from like a local places. Where's my coffee cup? Did you eat the carrots? Yeah? I'm gonna go fix the wood stove so it doesn't turn off on us. That's the only one I have. I don't have any more. I have to go buy you some tomorrow. Just go hunt out deer all around you. There is all around us. Yeah, 100%. I just haven't, this year didn't get my ticket yet to actually go hunting. I can't cure it even if I get deep cleaning. Damn. Stupid thing was hot. Why the hell did it get so hot? That was burning. Yeah, you're more than welcome, Sean. I think we should make a plan for this summer coming up. I need to get me like a nice little guest room here done. That's the plan for next year. If everything goes well, and I can hold on a second. My plan for next summer is to actually have like a guest room, guest little cabin. It would be awesome to actually have. So anybody wants to come down, it'll be more than welcome. It'll be nice actually. Then maybe we'll make it like into like a retreat or something. Would be awesome. Best supplement for verbal fluency. Yours seems great. L-theanine. Taurine, L-theanine, taurine works good. But I like L-theanine and MCT would be actually my favorite too. This is for Igor. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Almost burned my freaking fingers. Let's go back and sit by the wood stove. I gotta make sure it doesn't turn off so I can put a big log for tonight. Because yesterday it got turned off. Duke, wait. It's a hot cup. Okay, give me a second, guys. Let me just check on the wood stove here. Wait, Duke, don't touch my cup. Reverse periodontal disease, bleeding gum. It's all coming from your gut, and I don't know how well you take care of your teeth. You gotta do. I have a free ebook for gum disease and stuff. I'll have to check to see if I still have it on the website or not. Do you add heavy cream to your coffee? Sometimes I do, like 33% heavy whipping cream. It's my favorite. But I've been adding a lot of MCT lately. I find I like it better actually. Wait, let's make sure the light's up before I close it off. Where are you going? Where are you going? Come on, light it up. Gums brush with MSM powder. MSM works good. We got MSM, we got charcoal, we got xylitol, we got coconut. All that stuff is actually really good for your gum. I use all of them. I never use any type of like toothpaste or nothing like that. It's all natural stuff. And they work really good. Xylitol is my favorite. I do baking soda, I do borax. What else there is? There's so many different options, guys, for your gum. And you have to mineralize your teeth. So every time you guys consume food, you always have to mineralize your teeth. If you don't mineralize your teeth, that's an issue. Grapefruit extract seeds for, I haven't really looked into that much. Duke, what are you chewing? What are you killing? You found something. Yeah, mineralize your teeth with minerals. You can put a couple of drops of minerals and actually just swish it after every time you consume, or you can do like a 1/4 teaspoon of Himalayan salt or Celtic salt, swish in your mouth for about 5 to 10 minutes, then kind of flush out, because we need to actually mineralize our teeth properly. You want to go outside? Get some fresh air. Go. Be nice. Force against evil. What's going on? Steven, stove looks great, cozy and warm. Thank you. Finally got it installed, and it's been on for almost 24 hours now, which is nice. We're gonna try to maintain it as much as possible. For the past 2 days, it's been giving me some massive headaches because the paint has to cure, and I had the windows open, everything, but still the smell was very strong. So today, it's actually, there's no smell, which is nice. But it's lit nicely, and hopefully it will last me till the morning. Duke is singing for us outside. Watch ventilation and stovepipe leaks. Watch ventilation. Stove. So what am I supposed to do for that? How the hell do I know if it's leaking? I'm new to this wood stove thing. It does give me a little bit of a headache right now, but pretty much is gone. It's just when I fall asleep at night, I don't know if there's anything else I should be watching. I do have one of these alarms that goes off in case there's carbon monoxide. I don't know if that's good or not, but that's the only thing that I have running right now. Can you do a video on your dental routine? Yes. Send me a message, Ziggy, please, and I can put a video together. Just remind me. Carbon monoxide. Yeah, I have it inside. So what I have, the carbon monoxide is inside the room on the top, because you know how the heat rises, everything rises. So I thought, I'd put it right on the top instead of the bottom. So I only have one inside. I don't know if I should put another one or not. I don't know if I should put one by the wood stove even. But the problem is I have no power here, so it has to be like a battery operated one. Emma, look into HMB and leucine. Maybe I should get another carbon monoxide monitor, because the one that I have, so there's a wood stove here. So once we go in the room, and this is what I have. I have it right here on the top. So if the heat is gonna come, this is gonna probably sense it on the top, but I should actually maybe put one by the door. I think like one up here, probably, but I don't know how. I gotta figure it out. D, hello Maurice, definitely get a second one. Definitely get a, yeah, I'll definitely get a second one, just be in case. Maybe I'll put one in this room here up high, because this ceiling here is about 12.5 foot. The one inside is only like 6 roughly, 7, 6. So that one there is gonna end up getting more, especially when I get the fan going as well. I'm gonna install a fan. And if anything is gonna leak, is gonna go up high right away. So I think it'll pick it up instead of being on the low side. It's hard to maintain because it is hard to maintain muscle after 50, and that's where HMB comes in and leucine, they come in play. But we definitely have to increase our collagen intake as well too. So every time you eat 100 grams of protein, you need minimum 5 grams of collagen. Once you exceed the 100 grams of protein, you need minimum 10 grams of collagen. Now, some of us, they require more. I take a little bit in the upper 20 to 30 grams for a reason. Matt, what's going on? Headache was a clue. Be careful, dude. So the headache is... So you think, is it leaking, or is it because the wood stove is still brand new and has that paint smell almost? Because I took the carbon monoxide and I put it by the wood stove because it does have a battery in it, and it didn't really pick up anything. So, but when you go outside and you come back in, you can actually smell the paint. But today is pretty much just gone. I still have a slight headache because when I'm standing outside, the smoke from the chimney, based on the wind, sometimes it comes down and hits you. Does eggs really raise LDL? They don't know. It's the paint and oils burning off. Yeah, that's what I was told. They said it should take about roughly about 3 days. So today is the third day. I don't know what else to do. Like seriously, it was really really bad yesterday and the day before. I spent most of the time outside, but at night, of course, I had to walk in and sleep. Today I just have a slight headache, but the headache came today mostly from me splitting the wood, and a lot of the wood is larch and fur, and I noticed some people they get like an allergic reaction to fur. So I don't know if they have the same issue maybe too. How did you end up helping others with your knowledge by chance or greater purpose? What do you mean by chance or greater purpose? Do you like turmeric? I don't like turmeric. No, it doesn't work for everybody. Burning off volatiles. I'm reading all mixed information. I love eggs in the morning, but terrified of it raising LDL. Let me tell you one thing about eggs. So every egg, so what raises LDL? LDL is low density lipoprotein. Okay, so saturated fats increases your low density lipoprotein, and it does increase your HDL, which is your high density lipoprotein. What happened is we're talking saturated fats. Every egg has only 1.5 grams of fat, of saturated fats. That's so minuscule. So you have to eat about 20 eggs to get an equivalent amount of saturated fats by eating the center fat of the ribeye. This is just like, just giving you some information. I eat about 12 eggs a day. I have heart disease. For the past 10 years, I've been eating probably anywhere between 12 to 20 eggs a day. Do you like carrots? I buy lots of carrots for Duke, but they're good resistant starches. Are you going to get a Sterling fan for the stove? I was gonna get a ceiling fan. Are you talking about this fan, Blaine? Are you talking about this little thing? Is that a Sterling fan? So I got this. This is because first I bought like a small wood stove by mistake, and this came with it. But this one is not that great. I gotta return it. It turns off the heat from the stove. No electricity needed. Yeah, that's the one that runs. Try burning the stove during daytime also. Window open, it burn off most of the paint smell and other irritants. I will do that, yes. Yeah, that's the one I got blamed. So I called the company because they gave me that one, and actually it's supposed to go like left and right, but it's the motor is damaged, so they're gonna send me a replacement, and I'm gonna send this one back to them. But I'm thinking of getting a what do you call it? A ceiling fan, because the ceiling in this place here compared to the bedroom is much higher, so this way I can actually circulate the air a little bit better. Try Peptides for sinus headaches. Yes, it works good. Thank you. Thoughts on the Israeli war against all its neighbors? That's good to know. Can't really discuss anything like that while we're doing lives, guys. I think I just have to get used to the idea with the wood stove, because still, like, even right now, my head's still a little bit heavy, but I think probably from the slight smell. So when I open the door, it's like nice and fresh. Yeah, there's nothing wrong. I think everybody has a mix. A lot of people has a lot of mix issues with eggs. There's nothing wrong with eggs. I do have Serapeptase, yes. I'll probably take them on an empty stomach, so this way they can actually, with neurokinase, they actually will clear them up, or take some more NAC. I think I'm out of NAC right now. Open the door, get some fresh air. But you can, if you go outside, come back in, you can smell the paint slightly. What are your thoughts on pine bark extract for heart health? Works not bad. It does have some good benefits. Because you got, I think that's the one that has pycnogenol in it. because it does increase your EPCs. Right, Duke? I'll try that out. I have some. I think I still have some. I gotta check. If not, I have to order some more. What are mandatory supplements for men after 60? Nitric oxide or nitrate supplements. What'd you find, Duke? Find anything? Did you find anything? Can I close the door? Yeah? So the only thing is that I'm missing still for the wood stove, I think just put in air intake for it. I don't know if I should do it or not, but I think it'll keep the wood stove on. It doesn't actually turn it off, I guess. How to naturally increase testosterone. There's a lot of things you can do. You can actually get infrared and shoot it on your man parts. You can take boron. You can you can do cold therapy, grounding. You can make sure you're not estrogen dominant. There's a lot of things you can do. Is it true that garlic helps produce nitric oxide? It does, but very, very small amount. It actually increases your inducible nitric oxide, which is very small amount. The problem is with garlic, if you take more than 3 cloves a day, it can actually kill off brain cells. If you're burning fur, keep damper open a bit so it burns good. I didn't see your stovepipe, but so I'll show you where everything is. Duke, stop. So move, Duke, for a sec. Okay, let's switch the camera. I'll show you guys what I have. No, stay, Duke. Give me a second, please. How the hell do you switch the camera? Okay, there we go. There's Duke. So there's the wood stove. There's the little damper, I think. So that one I have it on the high, so I get more air coming in. And this is I can put on low, but it doesn't, not a whole lot of difference. And I have my green tea on like the whole day. Every time I need green tea, it's like nice and hot. And there's the wood stove. The pipe goes all the way up to the ceiling. So it's actually it's pretty good. It's roughly about 12 foot, 12 and a half foot. But this is it. But yeah, it's getting pretty hot right now. It's roughly about 25 degrees. Is the wood dry? What are you burning? So I have a mix of larch and fir, but I do have some cedar as well too for the high heat, so I can actually get the fire started. What are your thoughts on NAC? And I use NAC. NAC is good, and acetylcysteine, but I take very high dose, Emma. Where do you order your supplements from? So I have if you go to my website, you can see all the supplements. Some I get them from iHerb, some I get them from different companies. There's no damper in the pipe. No. Should I put one or not really? No, but yeah, it's just straight open and it's just controlled by the one in the bottom here. And it's supposed to have like an air intake, but I gotta install one in the back of the stove. What dose is good for NAC? I do 2400 milligrams every 4 hours, 5 days on, 3 days off. Why do I get headache after taking nitric oxide? Because it's vasodilating your arteries. So yeah, right now, I don't know. I'll see how it goes by tomorrow. If I still have the headache by tomorrow, then something is not right. Maybe, I don't know. It's just the headache is just maybe I'm not used to the word or not. What do you see, Duke? Relax, bud. Emma, it's 5 days on, 3 days off. What do you see there? He's looking at something outside. What the hell do you see, Duke? What is best nitric oxide? I put the link in my last video, Steven. I don't know if you've seen it or not. So I get it from approved medical place. Actually, it's made from arugula. And I take 2 capsules in the morning, 2 capsules in the evening myself. You wanna go outside, Duke? What is the difference between neurokinase and serapeptase? Come here, bud. There's nothing. How do I reduce LP small a? LP small a it is a genetic, but it could actually be improved and reduced by doing smaller doses of niacin and acetyl L-carnitine, and that will actually help with the reduction. I painted mine and it did really smell for a few days. So it does smell for a few days. It's funny, the company when I bought it from, they said, oh, don't worry, it's only gonna be like 6 hours and the smell will be gone. Today it's almost like the 3rd day, and I was reading some information. They said, you know, the first 6 hours you're supposed to actually light a small fire, then let it turn off, let it cool down, then light another small fire. You gotta keep doing that for the full 6 hours. Then the next day you have to kind of increase the heat as hot as possible and stop. Increase the hot as hot as possible and stop. And technically it's supposed to be gone. So that's what I did, but it's still very, very smelly. Maybe tomorrow it'll be completely gone. I'll heat it up like super high. I'll have all the doors open again. Hopefully we don't get snow, then it should be fine. Does your stove have catalytic combustor inside? What the hell is that? Blaine, I gotta look into it. I don't think it does, maybe. Catalytic combustor inside. What will that do? What kind is Duke? German Shepherd or Malinois? He's a German Shepherd, pure German Shepherd. What can I take for back aches and pain? Currently, I'm using Salonpas patches for back aches and pain. It's your diet. A honeycomb panel up inside the top. So what I have in the top is just like, it's almost like air hoses. There's about like 4 of them. Would that be the same thing? Like there's like pipes, about 4 pipes in the top, and they all have holes in them. So I think that's for air circulation. But the problem is, where the hell is the air gonna come from? The air has to actually, they gotta be like an air intake. So I haven't drilled a hole in the wall to actually put like a 4-inch tube of air intake. I don't know if that's gonna help or not. Well, back aches and pain is all, you know, you can blame it on your mattress. It depends on what kind it is. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of factors we have to consider. Does Duke get extra taurine in his food? Duke gets about 6 grams of taurine daily with his food. Has Duke seen any of his close cousins up there? I think they're Hershey or something. Hasn't yet. Good night. God bless you. Take care. AKA. Have a nice evening. Yeah, haven't seen any yet, but I think we will soon when we start to actually come across closer to like the snow loads and stuff. Hey Duke, where are you? Come here. Was the stove guy positive about your building there? Was the stove guy positive about your building there? What do you mean by that? Was the stove guy positive about your building there? Um, like where it's supposed to be kind of put in, or like the way the position I put it, or the guy has been doing, like the guy that came and he did the pipe for me, he's been doing it for 20 some years, and he does like chimney cleaning. So I hope he knows what the hell is he doing. Was the guy with the stove guy positive about your building? Well, the homestead, the whole project, I think is quite sealed. Like he liked it. He liked everything I did, and I think it's pretty stable. It's just he told me you're gonna have about 6 feet of snow. So the where he put it on the top, and we had about a 3 foot chimney extended. Does Duke like to be on a leash? Yes, he got used to being on a leash actually, so he's used to it when we go out for a walk and stuff. But he rather be out with no leash. The problem is he will actually go and wander. Ray, thanks so much for the support. What's your thoughts on intermittent fasting? I need to lose 40 pounds. Should I cut out carbs completely? White rice bread? That's at least that's what causes a lot of inflammation in the gut, right? So definitely reducing a lot of the carbohydrates such as wheat, rice, bread, all that stuff, and shifting any type of carbohydrates you have the last meal of the day. Just by doing that, you automatically fix your HbA1c level, and you fall into ketosis during the daytime, but you end up maybe taking a little bit of carbs at night so you can actually refuel your glycogen storage. But that would be like the ideal scenario. And intermittent fasting, anywhere between minimum of 18 hours would be ideal. Um, but doing like a 15 to 18 hour day in day out would be like a good way to get started. Is Canadian bread like the US or Europe? It's like the US 100%. It's all fortified with folic acid and a lot of chemicals. Nothing to do. I wish it was like Europe. Does Duke like sitting by the fire? He does. There he is. I don't know if you guys can see him. He sits by the fire, gets too warm, then he goes inside the room and jumps on the bed because it's much cooler in there. What's the best carb to take at night? Simple carbohydrates. As simple as possible, so therefore it causes a high spike and back to normal within 4 hours. If you take a complex carbs, it can go up and it stays up for a couple of hours. You end up having some inflammatory effect the next day. Been on carnivore for 9 months, but digestion is still slow, which also makes me tired. Hypothyroidism. You gotta increase your digestive enzymes with the food, at least in the beginning states. Does Duke like sitting by the fire? What's the best carb to take? Should I take smaller dose of nitric oxide to prevent headaches? The problem is nitric oxide only gets activated when you take 500 milligrams of nitrate. I don't know how much nitrate you're taking. Which one are you taking? So Blaine, you think I should install like an air intake? It's gonna be like a 4 inch hole in the wall with a small pipe coming out under the stove. Would that you think help at all? But I already take digestive enzymes. Well, how many digestive enzymes you're taking? Your thoughts on Kennedy's push for cleaner food sources in US? They should 100%. I think if Trump gets elected as a president, there'll be a lot of good changes for you guys, for a lot of people in the USA. I think there'll be a lot of good changes, and I think it'll be something positive. Do you recommend taking berberine? Yeah, if you're gonna take berberine, just make sure you cycle it every 45 days. Antifungal, antibacterial, sometimes it can cause a little bit of digestive issues. The one you suggest from your page is the NO I take. Okay, that's a good one. And you're taking 2 capsules. If you've been taking it for 2 capsules every day for 3 days and you still have a headache, then cut it down to 1 capsule. Maybe your body is actually overutilizing it. An air intake will allow for fresh air combustion and won't suck heated air out of the room. So which is good then? Because I think what happened is when it's trying to suck heated air out of the room, eventually the stove turns off because it feels like we're not getting enough fresh air because the whole place is like tightly sealed. Mega 124 being American back. Remind me what to take for RA. I'm taking the 2 caps. We'll take one. Yeah, take one butterfly. Let me know how it goes. And a trick will allow for fresh air combustion and won't suck heated air out to the room. So maybe I should do that. I think it's a 4 inch would be plenty. 4 inch or even 2 inches maybe. I know they sell a whole kit, but the kit is bullshit because all I gotta do is just get a stainless steel pipe and actually just have it extended directly to the wood stove. What do dark under eye circle mean health-wise? Liver issue most of the time. I'll take like couple more questions, guys, because I gotta do one more thing on the computer before I sleep. If the room is tight, you definitely need a fresh air intake for the combustion chamber. Yeah, the tiny house I did it is like there's no airflow at all. Like if I don't crack the door open, there's no fresh air comes in at all. And I think that's where the issue is. I made it too sealed. And if I keep the door a little slightly open, we're gonna get that colder breeze. So maybe I should do that 4 inch hole, I think. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it behind the wood stove. Did you build tiny houses? If not, it's a good website to recommend. Do you build tiny houses? I did the whole unit myself. I don't know if there's any good website, but I did the whole thing myself. This is my first time building too, so it's not like I do this as I like it actually. I wouldn't mind doing it as a hobby, but yeah, it just I did it all last year. It took me, I think, about 45 days to complete the whole project. What can I take that is good for my liver function? Alpha lipoic acid and NAC. Thanks, Maurice. What is your exercise routine, by the way? Splitting wood, resistant bands, and a lot of HIIT training. I do a lot of HIIT training, and keep in mind, even me splitting the wood is like HIIT training because you're constantly hitting these logs. RA, what to take? RA, what do you mean by RA? Explain what RA stands for. Rheumatoid arthritis, is that what you mean? If you're talking about rheumatoid arthritis, then you're going to be taking some high levels of vitamin D. Hey MD, you know what? There is more than one kind of collagens. What do you know about? You gotta take type 1 and type 3 for collagen. For RA, you gotta take 250,000 IU of vitamin D3. Convection, heated air rises out, but intake air needs to come from somewhere to replace it. Okay, so you think a 4 inch hole would be sufficient enough, Blaine? Probably, right? It'll be like right behind the wood stove. Yeah, I think it'll be because what happened is right now with the wood stove, even if there's a full log, eventually it'll start to actually die off slowly if there's no fresh air coming in. And I've noticed that that's what happened yesterday. By 11 p.m. was gone. I had to actually restart it. Then I actually went out again by 3 o'clock. So I think maybe having some air intake would be good. I just took magnesium glycinate in my lemonade. Night. Cheers to that. So maybe I should do that then. Tomorrow, that'll be my job. So I have to pull one of these pine pieces out and drill a hole. Is there a fresh air port in the back of the stove? There is a square, but it's funny, it's not like hooked up to anywhere. It's just a square where they actually, I saw in a picture, they just have a hose coming from outside and it just sits in that square. And that's all they have. Like there was a basket in the bottom of the stove. So there was a basket in the bottom of the stove. I had to actually take the basket out from there because the wood stove wouldn't actually start up. As soon as I took it out, then I get a little bit more airflow. But it's kind of interesting how they have it set up. Do you eat peanuts? I keep telling my dad it's not good. Peanuts are legumes. I think probably the last time I had peanuts was probably like 30 years ago. I don't eat peanuts, no. Vitamin D supplement in the morning, would you do cod liver oil? Yes. Can I take 4 to 6,000 IU of D3 itself without K2? Yes, you could. I take 10,000 IU every day without K2. K2 is to help with regulations of calcium. You can take magnesium as well too. So what happened is, like right now when it's actually starting to die off, I have to open the door, crack it open for about few millimeters, well, about a centimeter. Then there's air going in and actually it lights it up again. So I've been doing this back and forth, and I think that's where the issue is. Match your hole to the size of the square intake port shape. Not a big deal, just same surface area. Yeah, I'll measure it. I think it's roughly about a 3-inch square. And the pipe that I have is a 4-inch circular. But that's how they have it. They just have like a regular flexible one they sell as a kit, but I think they're just a ripoff. I'm gonna use one from one of my old stove pipe, stainless steel pipe. At least it'll get the air in. It doesn't have to be double walled either, I don't think. I think it's a 4-inch or a 5-inch maybe. I'll gotta check. I do take sometimes omega-3 supplements. I take mostly cod liver oil, or I take DHA. Only if I'm not eating any fish, Emma. But if I'm eating fish, then I don't touch any of that stuff. Okay, guys, I'll take one more question because I have to do some work and respond to some emails before I sleep. How much cod liver oil? Because I really don't know how much to take. I take 2 tablespoons a day. You're not gonna be doing the same thing as me, Emma. You probably want to take about 2 teaspoons a day would be good. 1 teaspoon first meal, 1 teaspoon last meal. That would be an ideal frame. Make the connection to the stove as tight as possible to avoid cold air draft in the room. The problem is, Blaine, like the way they have it set, so it comes in the back, but it's like open here, and it just open up. So they're both kind of open. It's not like it goes in right inside the stove. It just plugs into the back. So the air intake could actually be coming out on my feet right now where I'm sitting. I can probably feel the cold, if anything, the way they have it set up. It's not like something that is physically stuck on it. So it's kind of weird the way they have it shaped. What's better, elk meat or cow steak? Elk. Asthma or COPD, best supplement? NAC, Jeanette. And when I called the company, he's like, well, we're just gonna sell you the 4-inch opening with a bracket, and you just put whatever hose you want, a double wall hose or an insulated hose, and that's it. I'm like, well, it doesn't make sense that you guys, they're charging quite a bit of money for that, and I can just buy it for a fraction of the price. I'm like, well, there's no special anything more going on. If you have air intake from back, you should be able to close off the front vent. The only way I can close the front vent is by putting that basket back in. So maybe that's the idea of it, is me putting the basket and have air intake from the back. So the only time right now it's working because there's flow coming from the front and in the back, the heated flow, or whenever I open the door. So all I have to do is just close the basket then. What are your thoughts about ivermectin? I cannot answer that, Emma, but just to kind of let you know, I do use it. So yeah, I'll do that tomorrow and see how that turns out. I'll drill the hole tomorrow. I think that's the only thing I can do. And see how it goes. Before this wood stove dies. Hopefully it kind of lasts me till tomorrow. You gotta put another piece of wood. So right now, even when I put a piece of wood in it, I'll have to actually crack the door open and leave it open for a good 30 seconds to at least a minute. So actually we get enough air so it can light it up. Or else it's not gonna get lit good. Yeah, I think that's where the issue is. So maybe if I'll get that done tomorrow, I think the air intake will be work. If you have air intake from back, you should be able to close off the front vent. Yeah, there's no front vent other than the basket that slides back in. The perfect situation is fresh air coming in from outside, being burned and combustion air flowing out through pipe, not room air is exchanged, only the heat dumped into the room. Perfect, yeah. So that's gonna happen tomorrow. Happy belated, my friend. Thank you, Rambiana. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Really appreciate your message. No more Calgary snow. You guys gonna get some heavy snow in Calgary. It's gonna get cold. Here I'm lucky still. No snow yet in BC where I'm at. Only on the mountain we have snow right now. See, as soon as I open the door right now, Blaine, you can see like the flames already started. It was off. As soon as I crack the door open a little bit. So I think the air intake will create that lit fire, because this is what happened just by me opening the door. It reactivated again. And I think that's what I'm missing. That's why it kind of keeps turning off so much. And maybe tonight what I'll do is I'll crack the door open, so at least there still be some type of air exchange coming in. Too bad that window doesn't open. Would have been nice. There you go. You guys can enjoy this. Leaky houses were no problem in the past for wood stove. Tight homes needs the extra air incoming. Makes sense. It makes sense. It makes 100%. So yeah, I'll work on that tomorrow. I think that's gonna be my little project tomorrow, to actually do the hole, because I gotta remove a couple panels, drill the hole, and actually I'll close it off again. Guys, I do have to get going. I know I'm getting way more questions. I do have to get. I've been saying I have to get going for the past 15 minutes, but I do have to get going. I'll come back definitely tomorrow. We'll start to do a little bit more chats, and we'll continue from there. Blaine, thanks so much for the information. Dave, sorry I'm gonna miss your question, but please send me a direct DM. Jade, how are you? Beautiful fire. Hope it keeps you nice and toasty. It is nice and toasty, Ashley, which is good. Thank you so much. You guys have a nice evening. I'll definitely, I'll see if I can come back tomorrow. We can continue our chat and we can go a little bit further from there. In the meantime, you guys have a nice Saturday evening, and we'll touch base. Your mom's going to love sipping coffee with you in front of you. Oh, 100%. I send her pictures every day. Like, I'll be drinking my coffee every morning, and I'm like, you gotta come and join me. This is a beautiful place. You just gotta get a few things on the go, and it should be set. Nice and cozy place. You guys take care. Have a nice Saturday. I'm sure I'll come back tomorrow Sunday. If the weather is nice, I'm gonna be splitting a lot of wood tomorrow because I need some. I don't have a whole lot. If the weather is not nice, I'll be stuck inside with you guys. All right. You guys have a nice evening, and Duke, good night. Say good night. Come on, bud. Hey, over here. Say good night to everybody. He's too relaxed. See you guys. Have a nice evening. Duke is out. He's sleeping now. That's it.